Right then, welcome back to Eskimos. You know, the name Al Capone, it carries weight, yeah? A man who lived life on his own terms, a man who built an empire. But behind the legend, behind the headlines, lies a story most never heard. Today, we delve into the shadows. We unearth the truth and uncover 15 things you never knew about Al Capone. Now, they say the early years shape a man, and young Alfie was no exception. Imagine just 14 years old, a scrap in the yard. A teacher feels his wrath. Expelled, cast out. This wasn't some posh boarding school, no, this was the streets of Brooklyn, and that expulsion, it was a one-way ticket to a life less ordinary. The streets became his classroom, and he, a fast learner. People starving, desperate. And Capone? He does the unthinkable. Opens a soup kitchen, right in the heart of Chicago. Feeding the hungry, offering a lifeline. Was it a calculated move from a cunning gangster, or a flicker of compassion from a man wrestling with his own demons? You decide. Now, blood is thicker than water, they say. And Capone's family? Hardworking, honest folk, immigrants chasing the American dream. They instilled values in young Al, a strong work ethic, respect. But somewhere along the line, ambition took a dark turn. The allure of power, the seduction of wealth, it proved too strong. He strayed from the path, carved his own, leaving a trail of both blood and contradictions. America, land of the free, decided it wanted to go dry. Prohibition, they called it. But for a man like Capone, it was like striking gold. Booze became a black market commodity, and he, the ultimate supplier. Fortunes were made, empires built, all under the cover of darkness. The clinking of glasses, the whispers in speakeasies, all fueled by Capone's illicit empire. Power, they say, is intoxicating. And Capone, he liked to indulge. His empire, a behemoth, worth over $1 billion in today's money. Tailored suits, diamond cufflinks, a taste for the finer things. He wasn't just a gangster, he was a businessman, a ruthless CEO of the underworld. And business, as they say, was booming. You'd think a man like Capone at the top of his game would be untouchable. But danger, it followed him like a shadow. Even behind bars, prison walls offered no sanctuary. A simple haircut, a perceived slight, and he's fighting for his life, shanked by a fellow inmate. Proof that in his world, violence was always lurking, a constant companion. 1929 Chicago, a date etched in infamy. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre. 7 men gunned down in cold blood, a bloody spectacle that shocked the nation. The finger of blame pointed directly at Capone, cementing his reputation as a ruthless killer. Public enemy number 1. The papers couldn't get enough, the public both terrified and captivated. They say you can outrun the law for a while, but it always catches up, and Capone, for all his power, was no exception. Legal battles, accusations swirling like smoke. But it wasn't the violence, the bloodshed that brought him down. It was tax evasion. The government, they knew how to hit him where it hurt. His wallet. His empire crumbled, his reign of power coming to an end. Behind the cold exterior, the ruthless reputation beat the heart of a family man. Capone adored his wife and son, showered them with affection and protection, letters exchanged, tender moments captured, a glimpse into a softer side. Proof that even in the darkest of souls, love can find a way. Capone, he wasn't one for subtlety. His wealth, it was on full display. Tailored suits, silk shirts, a pinky ring that could blind you. He craved the finer things, the trappings of success. From his opulent mansion to his fleet of cars, he wanted the world to know Al Capone had arrived. Capone's life, a gangster's tale, it was destined for the silver screen. Scarface, they called him, a nickname he loathed, but one that stuck. His story, a cautionary tale, a morality play writ large. And now, yours truly is set to bring him to life once more, to delve into the mind of a complex and contradictory figure. Here's a curious thing. Capone, a criminal, a killer, he was also popular. Fan mail poured in, thousands of letters every week. people fascinated by his audacity, his defiance of the law. He was a symbol of an era, a time of both glamour and violence. The body, even a powerful one, is a fragile thing, and Capone, for all his strength, was vulnerable. Syphilis, a silent stalker, took hold. His mind, once sharp as a razor, began to cloud. His health deteriorated, the kingpin brought low by an invisible enemy. Love him or hate him, Capone's impact is undeniable. He's become a cultural icon, his image emblazoned on everything from t-shirts to tattoos. He's a reminder of a bygone era, a time when gangsters ruled the streets. His story, a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the most powerful empires can crumble. Really? Yeah, you heard that right. Snorky. That's what his closest mates called him. A strange nickname for a ruthless gangster, right? Maybe he secretly craved a different life, a life of elegance and sophistication. Or maybe it was just a bit of dark humor in a world where laughter was a rare commodity. So there you have it, the end of an era, a time that has left an indelible mark on history. The 1920s, a decade of immense change, of roaring progress, and of dark undercurrents that shaped the American landscape in ways both profound and troubling. Al Capone, a man of contradictions, a study in contrasts. Born in Brooklyn, New York, in 1899, Capone rose to infamy during the Prohibition era, a time when the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcoholic beverages were banned in the United States. This period, intended to curb the social ills associated with alcohol, instead gave rise to a thriving black market and a surge in organized crime. Capone was a ruthless criminal, orchestrating a vast network of illegal activities, from bootlegging to gambling to prostitution. Yet he was also a loving father and a family man, known for his generosity and his larger-than-life persona. He became a cultural icon, a symbol of the excesses and the contradictions of the Roaring Twenties. His story continues to fascinate, capturing the imagination of generations. Capone's rise to power was meteoric, but it was also fraught with violence and bloodshed. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre, one of the most infamous events of his career, saw 7 members of a rival gang gunned down in broad daylight, a stark reminder of the brutal reality of the gangster lifestyle. Capone's life serves as a reminder of the dark side of the American dream. While he achieved wealth and power beyond imagination, it came at a great cost. His empire was built on fear, corruption, and violence, and his downfall was as dramatic as his rise. In 1931, Capone was convicted of tax evasion and sentenced to 11 years in federal prison, a sentence that marked the beginning of the end for his criminal empire. And as we turn the page on his life, we reflect on the legacy he left behind. Capone's story is a cautionary tale, a testament to the perils of unchecked ambition and the corrupting influence of power. Yet, it is also a story of resilience and survival, of a man who, despite his many flaws, left an indelible mark on history. One thing's for sure, the legend of Al Capone will live on. His name has become synonymous with the gangster era, a symbol of a time when the lines between right and wrong were often blurred. Capone's life has been the subject of countless books, movies, and documentaries, each one adding to the myth and the mystique that surrounds him. Now, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the criminal underworld, there's so much more to explore. The 1920s were a time of great social upheaval, a period when the old order was being challenged and new ways of thinking were emerging. The rise of organized crime was just one aspect of this tumultuous decade, a symptom of the broader changes that were reshaping society. Don't forget to give this video a right proper thumbs up if you found it informative and engaging. Your support helps us to continue bringing you in-depth explorations of history's most fascinating and complex figures. And subscribe to Eskimos for more content like this, yeah? We delve into the stories that shaped our world, uncovering the hidden truths and the untold tales that lie beneath the surface. Join us on this journey through history and discover the past in a whole new light.